Friends, countrymen, fellow degenerates, welcome back to this episode of Bets and Buds. We the Buds help you cash your bets. I'm Jason Smoking Togan.
I'm Bobby Light.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to do kind of a recap here. We had some technical difficulties last week, so we're going to bring back a little bit of information here for you. So we're going to get a 2-for-1 on our division statistics and standings for the season. So let's go ahead and get it going. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, Jason. How we doing?
Man? Oh, man, just another fun day in paradise, baby. Another fun day in paradise.
That's when somebody asks you if you're living the dream. Like, yeah, I'll wake up someday.
Somebody's fucking dream, not mine today. So either way, man, let's go and dive into this. Get this Cardinals thing out of the way before we dive into division action here for football here.
Okay, so the Cardinals, it's the same old story we've been singing all year.
Middling baseball.
Since the break, they're 9-10. They actually lost ground on the wild card. They're out of the wild card right now.
Yeah, out of the wild card right now. So.
Game and a half behind the Braves, but they're also chasing the Padres and the Diamondbacks and the Mets.
Make some trade moves and see what happens. Tommy Pham, let's see if he can inject some life. For some pitching help to inject some life. But
really, your best shot at making the playoffs is just win this division. You've got 6 games up against the Brewers still.
Yeah.
If you go 5-1, 4-2 in those games, you still got an outside shot.
If we get any of Arenado and Goldschmidt, then we got a chance. But I don't hold any faith in that.
No, I'm definitely not. Arenado's power is just gone.
Yeah, it is gone. It is gone. But you also got to think about how much of that was fool's gold with Coors Field.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong.
Especially as he gets older now, and he has a little bit less of that Coors Field elevation help.
Even his defense is taking a step back this year.
Yeah, you lose a step. You lose. Just especially confidence-wise. See, once you start getting in your head.
The big thing right now, the only thing really been carrying this team in the 8 games that he's been here, Tommy Pham.
Yeah, absolutely.
Batting .379.
Yeah.
In the 8 games, 3 doubles, a triple, a home run, 9 RBIs, or 2 home runs. I'm sorry. And now he's only 41 hits away from 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
That is obtainable this year.
Oh, yeah,
I would like to see Tommy Pham get his 1,000 hit in his Cardinal uniform.
Yeah, he could definitely get that in. Definitely, for sure.
You had Fetty start for us last night.
Got his first win.
He did. He looked way better than he did in the Chicago game.
Right.
But the thing is, I don't understand. They talked about bringing him in to eat innings. He didn't pitch well in Chicago. I can understand you get him out in 5 innings. That's fine. He wasn't pitching well. But last night he's dealing, and you still yank him out.
How many pitches was he at?
93.
93.
You could send him out for another inning.
You could, but that's still kind of up there for this day and age of baseball. 93 in 5 innings. That's still.
I know. I'm gonna sound like the old man shouting.
I know. Trust me. I know. I agree with you.
Pitchers pitch.
I agree, brother. I agree. But in this day of baseball, what we deal with now with all the numbers and analytics and got to save the arm and blah 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 bullshit.
It's crazy.
It is.
Okay, so the thing that's going to doom the Cardinals, and I don't think they'll make the playoffs.
I don't have high hopes.
You have the Diamondbacks and the Padres. They're just going off right now. Yeah. They're 8-2, both teams in their last. I don't even think the Dodgers will win that division the way the Padres and Diamondbacks are coming.
On. They're coming on strong, definitely.
So if the Cardinals want to make the playoffs, you got to catch the Brewers.
Yeah.
That's all I got on the Cardinals. Okay, Lynn should be coming off the DL like a week.
Okay, well, yeah, let's move on from that because that's right now. We're just, again, talking about mediocrity right now.
Yeah, we are. It really is sad.
And I don't really want to spend too much time in mediocrity outside of going into the NFC North.
One more thing. This will be the first time in 20 years the Cardinals are not going to break 3 million in attendance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The people are upset.
They are.
They're upset, and they're trying to make their voices be heard.
And it's not going to get better.
But you know what? Right now, the weather is beautiful. It's like 80 degrees for the next couple of weeks. If you want some good-ass baseball tickets and some seats you normally couldn't afford, buy that shit right now, baby.
$7 was the cheapest one you could get today.
Oh, yeah, but you might even be able to get some seats down the third baseline, first base, like nice-ass seats for like what you normally never could get right now. You can get for a great bargain right now. So if you want to go to a game, enjoy some great weather right now, now's the time to buy some tickets, enjoy it. Take the family down there to watch the Cardinals.
Yeah, you'll get it off cheap right
Absolutely. So we're going to dive back and do a little retrack since we had to redo this from last week. So it's NFC North, Bobby. Let's go ahead and let's do a quick rehash on the NFC North. So what do we have in the NFC North this week is...
Actually, we've got the NFC North Lions are playing tonight.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. They're playing against the Giants. Where they've been playing against each other all week. Scrimmages and fights and scrapping and battling out there. Been a lot of fights for the dual practices all week. So.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love a good scrap.
Oh, the coaches love it. The organization loves it. The only people that don't love it is the NFL for their...
Who is Pittsburgh scrapping with this week? Because you could see Mike Tomlin on the sideline just smiling.
Oh, the Steelers. Who they play against this week? Who they scrimmage against this week?
I don't remember, but you could
tell.
Yeah,
you could see that big ass grin. Every fight that broke out, he was enjoying every minute of that. Damn, I can't remember who they were playing against this week.
So I've got the Lions. Lions win this division.
Yeah, the Lions right now are favored. They're at plus 140 to win the division. They're at plus 140. The over-under, they're at 10.5 wins. The over's at minus 122. The under's at plus 100.
Okay.
So right now they're leaning. They think they really can win. It's either way on the over/under on wins, but by far they're like the leader on winning this division. Right now they're the deepest team.
They are.
They are the deepest team by far in this division. You got Jared Goff, a solid quarterback. We got Hendon Hooker tonight, so we get majority of the snaps.
Oh yeah.
The draft, out of Tennessee, he was a stud. Came off an ACL injury.
This is his third season.
Yes, this will be his third season because last year I think he was off, and then he had it hurt again. I think last year, but when they drafted him, that they knew it was going to be pretty much a redshirt year because he was coming off an ACL injury. But the kid was a stud. If you go back and look at Hendon Hooker against Alabama, he had big games. I mean, he was a stud quarterback. He lit Mizzou up. Yeah, he lit Mizzou up. I mean, there's going to be a lot of eyes on him tonight as far as being a backup solid. That's one of the biggest things Detroit has done to solidify themselves as a powerhouse in the team in the NFL. Depth. Yes, that depth.
Solid
You
depth.
have to have depth because everybody knows you're going to get hurt in the NFL. Somebody's going to go down. Somebody's going to get injured. So you have to have that depth when you're going through playing in the NFL season. So they're deep. They're like at least 2 or 3 deep in receivers. They're 2 or 3 deep in linebacker position now. The offensive
got
line.
The 1-2 punch at running back.
Yeah, running back 1-2 punch. I mean, the offensive line is solid. So that's what you need is depth. And that's why Detroit looks very strong to win this division. Yeah. I have to lead with them winning this division. And for me, my projected win total I have for them is 11-6.
Okay.
Yeah, 11-6 is what I have with Detroit. So, one of the things you got to see is I think they have one of the best offensive lines in the league. Let's see, you got them coming off with all their offensive weapons. The defense, that's going to be what steps are the defense going to take? Because right now, the biggest question that has been with them the last couple of years is the secondary.
And they got Rakestraw and the kid out of Alabama.
Yeah, Terrion Arnold.
Arnold. It might take them a couple games, little growing pains, but I think they'll step it up.
I mean, they'll step it up for sure.
Is a gamer.
And they brought Ben Johnson back, their offensive coordinator, so that continuity in your coaching staff, that helps out tremendously. Because if you look at a team like Philadelphia, that's one team that lost a lot of their personnel, their coaching staff, and it really took a step back organizational-wise because of it. So, when you have that continuity in coaching staff, they got probably one more year out of Ben Johnson before he gets a head coaching job. I think the Lions are by far the class of this division.
This is the year. I think I'm not going out on a limb saying we'll bet it, but I think the Lions got a damn good chance this year.
They do. I mean, they should have done it last year.
They should have been there last year.
Without going too far into last year, one field goal being kicked in that second half. If they had gone up 17 points in that second half in the third quarter of that game, when they went for it on fourth down and they didn't get that field goal, that was a mistake because the Niners knew it. If you go back and look at the mic'd up for the 49ers on that sideline, they're like, okay, we got this game. Once they went for it on fourth down and didn't get it, if they had went up 17 points, we might have the Detroit Lions in the Super Bowl last year against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
which would have been exciting because it would have been a rematch from the opener of the season last year. So that's but that'll be here. Let's see what happens.
Lions to win that division.
Yeah, Lions to win the division for sure. All right, so next up we had the Packers. The Packers was up next, who was second in the division at plus 200 to win the division.
Oh, see, I've got a plus 225.
Oh, did it go up?
Yeah, well.
Mine's through FanDuel, though.
Okay, I'm DraftKings.
Yeah, so FanDuel draft. So we always want to give you multiple options out there when we're doing gambling bets. Also, hit that like and subscribe and hit the comment section if you want to get more content here because we want to keep keeping you guys up to date and also give you as many options as you can on these sports books.
I think the Packers' offense is going to be just fine this year.
Oh, yeah, I think they're going to be fine. The offense is going to be good. I mean, let's see the steps that Jordan Love takes, though.
Yeah, I mean, he threw for 4,600 yards last year, 30-some touchdowns. I mean, that's hard to duplicate in back-to-back seasons.
It is, and not only that, my biggest question mark with Jordan Love is there was a couple of games last year where they asked him to throw the ball over 45 times, and when he did, he threw less than 55% completion percentage, and that's a problem for me when I look at somebody who just got one of the highest contracts in quarterback history. Which is where it goes nowadays, no matter what you do.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
going to set the bar every time.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to set the bar every single time now at this point. So, as far as with the Packers, what I projected them to go at is 10-7 this year.
10-7, okay.
Yeah, 10-7. So I actually have them second in this division at 10-7.
It's like I said, the defense has got to step up, and they've got to get more takeaways. Last year they finished 18th in 18 takeaways. They finished 25th.
Well, I don't see their defense getting any worse this year than what they did last year.
Right, it was not great.
They made nice additions, and they also brought in the Boston College coach. Jeff Hanlon, I think is his name. But he actually took a step down, which shows you the state of college football right now. He took a step down from being the head coach to becoming a defensive coordinator. But everybody who speaks about him speaks highly of him. So I think
he's playing the long game for the head coaching job.
So they still got Rich Bisaccia. Is their offensive, their special teams coordinator. Yep. And so now you bring in Hanlon as a defensive coordinator there. So if you saw those two things, those are two things with Aaron Rodgers that kept them out of the postseason. Right. Was bad defense and bad special teams. So if that brings them all the way around as a team all together, biggest thing is going to be, can Jordan Love truly be the man? Because the offensive weapons are going to grow, they're going to respond, and I think, loaded wise, and let's see what happens with Josh Jacobs.
He might not have a repeat of last year, because, he was pretty damn good last year.
In the second half. I will say in the second half. Because there were still in the first half glimpses of old Jordan Love. And the thing is, with more tape, like what you see with the NFL, that's how you find out who guys are for a long term. Once that tape is out on you and people get to watch and see what you do in and out, can you continue to, like, when the game plan is designed to stop the things you do bad, or did you do well, that they shut down? That's when you're going to see where you grow from. But Josh Jacobs, that's going to be the other big kind of wild card.
That is the wild card.
That's going to be if he can become the Josh Jacobs of 2 years ago, that offense is going to be trouble for a lot of teams to stop.
Yeah, he does have he's healthier than Aaron Jones. Over the history of
he's more of a workhorse than Aaron Jones when it comes to the big picture. And Josh Jacobs is a stud. It always has been in his NFL career. But like I said, last year kind of took a step back. But it was with the Raiders. It was kind of a Josh McDaniels wasn't on the. He played in the Hall of Fame game last year.
That is true.
So who knows what's going to happen there? Who knows? So like the Packers there, let's see, they're kind of projected to go second. Next up, we got the team that's on intrigue, that's on Hard Knocks right now, the Chicago Bears at plus 300.
This one actually surprised me because I've got it at plus 275.
Okay.
And that's like really close.
Yeah.
They're thinking they're going to be right there with the Packers.
There's a lot of people that have high hopes for the Bears this year. They really do. There's a lot of people with high hopes for the Bears.
You're just bringing in so many different personnel.
It is. It is.
You're basically bringing in a whole new offense, quarterback, running back, wide receivers, outside of Moore. He's really and Kmet.
And Cole Kmet, yes.
Yeah, that's really your only turnover.
Yeah, so you're trying to bring in a new culture, and then culture is a very big thing in football. I know it's a very cliche thing to talk about, but culture is a big thing, and try to establish that in that short of a span is tough. Especially with a rookie quarterback.
And the thing is, the Bears have never had a 4,000-yard.
Oh, no. Only team in NFL.
Only team. That is a crazy stat.
Never have a 4,000-yard quarterback.
That is a crazy
That's
stat.
why they still talk about 1985. Sorry,
so
Bears
I guess
fans.
They don't have a 30 touchdown. I'll have to go back and look at that. They probably don't have a quarterback that's ever thrown for 30 touchdowns.
I think Jay Cutler might have.
Oh,
I think
that makes sense.
Jay Cutler might have.
To sling the ball.
Yeah. I think Jay Cutler might have. Him and Brandon Marshall that one year they were playing there.
I'll have to go
look back and look at that again, but. Again, Director Dave could probably look that up, pop that stat up there.
Yeah, that's the only thing with the Bears. It's the Bears. It's just so many new offensive personnel.
So with that being said, my projection actually with the Bears for going this year was 8-9.
Okay.
8-9. Because I feel like they're going to do a lot of positive things. They're going to kind of be headed in the right direction, but not quite be there. They're going to lose some close games that they probably got a chance to win. Because that's the NFL at the end of the day. When you look at a lot of these teams, you go back and rehash the games, you go, yes, they might have been 8-9 or 7-10 or whatever, but there were
four of them by
and if this play had happened here or this play had happened there, they could have won the game and the record could have been totally flipped. That's how close it is. That's why the NFL is so popular because of that.
It's the Vikings of 2 years ago. And they won all them.
Yeah, they went like 13-3. Yeah, they went 13-3 or something like that.
They won 6 or 7 of them by less than a touchdown.
Yeah, and then lost to the Giants in the playoffs because they were playing with fool's gold. Players with fool's gold. So we'll see what it is. The Bears are going to be an interesting team to watch because there's going to be a lot of action there. Keep tuning in to Hard Knocks. You'll see a little bit more insights.
I'm definitely interested in the Bears. Because Williams could be sitting in that fantasy range.
Oh, he could. He could be one of those sleeper quarterbacks that can blow up. Or, he could be one of those that, you're like, well, either way, you shouldn't draft him too high either way. So,
no, God, no. I'm talking 13, 14.
Oh, yeah. You draft him as a backup, and then if he comes out and all of a sudden breaks through, then you're like, okay, I enjoy this shit. This is going to be fun. All right. So the next up, we got the Vikings.
See, this one intrigues me because even though you've got Sam Darnold and the rookie McCarthy,
J.J. McCarthy, yeah,
you still got probably one of the top 2 receivers in the NFL. Jefferson,
Jefferson for sure.
Sam Darnold's never played with a wide receiver like that.
No, he hasn't.
So I'm not saying Sam Darnold's going to set the world on fire, but he could surprise. some people this year, throwing to the number 1 or number 2 wide receiver in the NFL.
So being a Notre Dame fan, I get to watch USC play every year. And I get to see this. And so Caleb Williams, I got to watch him play last year against Notre Dame. I got to watch Sam Darnold play several times against Notre Dame. Here's what I have an issue with both of these quarterbacks. Turnovers.
Okay.
Turnovers.
Yeah, and you can't turn the ball over.
When you have a turnover issue in college, that doesn't transfer well into the pros. It doesn't, because the thing is that like the football is the program. That is everything. That is your livelihood. That is your lifeline, everything. And so when you turn the ball over and you give it away, like with Caleb Williams, they talked about CJ Stroud. Like when he played with the Ohio State, he was sacked in 26 games. I want to say 25 times. Caleb Williams, I can't remember how many games that he played in college, like all collectively as a whole, but he was sacked 87 to 89 times.
That's a lot of sacks.
So that's a lot of sacks. And then when you're getting sacked that much, what happens? You start turning the ball over because you start trying to force the action because damn, I don't want to get hit again. Damn, I don't lose this yards.
Throw this ball right now.
Yeah, damn, I don't want to lose these yards. And so, there's just a lot of turnovers that get put in play. So Sam Darnold's one of those. Let's see how long he's going to be able to hold off J.J. McCarthy, because everybody says that this is his chance to prove himself of what he can do out there. But you know what? At the end of the day, Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold to me.
This is his 3rd team in 3 years. So
yes. And so the over-under for the Vikings was 7.5. They were plus 1,000 to win the division.
7.5, really?
Yeah, 7.5 is what I got through FanDuel. Plus 1,000 to win the division.
Pretty high, actually.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? Because they got to go. They got to make sure to get you that right, that even ground. Is there a plus 134 on the over for that, and they're minus 168 on the under. So they're leaning on the under actually a little bit stronger actually than the 7.5. So for me, I projected them going 6-11.
Okay.
Yeah, I project them going 6-11. So it's going to be like how long for me. The biggest question with them is how long Sam Darnold can hold off
J.J. McCarthy.
And then what's going to happen going forward after that, because Justin Jefferson is going to get his. Aaron Jones is there now. He's going to take care of his business. That defense is always solid enough to be able to produce. So, let's see. NFC North's going to be pretty interesting this year.
I mean, it is actually going to be interesting. Now that you say that, I mean, with the Bears, being so new, you split all your division games and you pick off a couple of games you're not supposed to. I mean, you hit that over.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we'll see what happens there. So then the next up division we got here, brother, is the AFC South, who plays a lot of AFC North now.
This one's going to be...
Yeah, the AFC South. I think this is actually going to be a very, very fun division
everybody's
this year.
writing this one off for the Texans, but I'm telling you, the Colts are the wild card in this division right
now.
That's
actually, as we dive into this, I'll explain my reasons why the Colts are actually my team to win this division.
So I do have the Texans win the division right now, only because, I mean, they do have the better team. That offense is stacked.
No, it's loaded.
The defense, as long as they step their game up a little bit, there's no reason they shouldn't win this division. Mm-hmm. The only reason I say that is because the Colts are playing with, if Richardson can stay healthy this year, and Taylor, and obviously Pittman Jr.
Yeah, you got Pittman Jr. I also got they drafted a kid from out of Texas, Adonai Johnson. I think what they call AD. Yeah, AD Johnson. Yeah,
I know Parrish Campbell's gone now.
Oh yeah, but I mean, but
he was he was a decent slot receiver. I liked him.
But the kid out of Texas, or it's AD Mitchell. I think it was AD Mitchell. The kid he's a stud, man. Okay. Like he's coming out. He's going to be quietly somebody. Him and Pittman, I think, are going to be a great combo.
Did Richardson learn anything from last year?
Get down, motherfucker. Get down, motherfucker. You can't take those hits in the NFL.
You're a beast. Don't get me wrong. He's a beast.
You can't
4
take
rushing
those hits
touchdowns in 4 games. You will take that all day long. You just have to get down.
So the Texans are favored to win that division by plus 105.
They are.
Plus 105, they're favored. Their over-under win total is at 9.5. Okay. The over that I got through FanDuel is at minus 150, under at plus 122. Okay. So pretty close either way. They look for the Texans to be one of the stronger teams. Here's my qualm with the Texans. When I look at with the Texans, will Stephon Diggs be able to integrate with that offense? Because here's the problem. The dude needs the ball a lot.
He's a diva.
They signed him at a 1-year contract, so that's good. So he has to kind of behave to a certain degree if he wants another contract. So will he be able to integrate with that offense and not take away too much shine from Tank Dell, Nico Collins, who they re-signed, Dalton Schultz, Joe
and
Mixon.
You got Joe Mixon.
And so, I mean, that's a lot of mouths to feed.
He catches a lot of passes.
And the thing is, this year, the Texans aren't going to catch anybody by surprise.
You're right about that.
They were supposed to be the worst team in the division by far last year. So I don't think they're going to catch anybody by surprise. Everybody's going to come out with an A game against them. So let's see what happens. My projected win total, my projected record for them actually this year, believe it or not, hold your breath, 9-8.
Ooh,
9-8.
Really?
Yes, 9-8.
I'm gonna have to write that one down.
9-8, brother. Yeah, 9-8. That's where I kind of see them going right now. 9-8.
So where do you got the Colts finishing then?
Okay, sorry. So the Colts actually is who I have winning this division.
Okay.
The Colts is actually have winning this division. They're actually like the third favorite projected. So actually, if you wanted to get a future bet right now, they're at plus 310 to win this division.
Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah, they're at plus 310 to win this division right now. So if you want to take any future bet on somebody that's a good quality money bet to win the division right now,
it's the Colts.
That means $100 wins you $310 to win the division. So what I would go through is with the Colts on that one because I got my projected record on them is 11-6.
Okay.
Their over and under is only 8.5.
Two whole games clear. Texas,
yeah, the over under is only 8.5.
Wow.
Yeah, the over being minus 104, the under being at minus 118.
So are you still in the belief though that Richardson is the key to making this whole thing?
Yeah, so let's see what happens with the full season of Anthony Richardson, but also too, guess who's their backup?
Did they bring in
Joey Footstep Flacco?
Oh, okay.
Joey Flacco, baby. So Anthony Richardson goes. Wow, you saw what he did with Cleveland. Joey Flacco is their backup.
So if Richardson
goes down, has a misstep. Joey Flacco is their backup.
And you've still got Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, you got Jonathan Taylor, who's got his contract. He's happy. He's back there in full swing.
Okay,
full season there. I mean, I think there's a lot of pieces in play. The only part that I always have a little hesitancy with the Colts is they play a kind of reserve defense. The defense coordinator plays head cover 2 a lot. And at this day and age of football, sometimes it's hard if you don't have the right personnel to execute that defense.
That one must have got by me, that Flacco signed.
Yeah, Flacco with the Colts. Yeah, Footstep Flacco. So 11-6 is where I got the Colts winning that division.
So if Richardson does get hurt, they're in good shape.
Yeah, absolutely. So then these last two teams, I actually have these last two teams tied. But by FanDuel, Jacksonville is actually favored by plus 270.
Yeah, 275.
Yeah, you got 275. I got 270 through FanDuel. So the over/under win total for them was also 8.5, just like the Colts. So over was minus 115 to hit that. Under was minus 105.
So what do you got them down at?
All right, so I got them at 5-12.
Wow.
Yes, I got them at 5. Yeah, going through their record, I couldn't go past that, man. Because again. I'm still not. Let's see what happens with Trevor Lawrence. How he bounces back. They lost Calvin Ridley. Yep. They lost a lot of weapons on. Not a lot of weapons on offense, but they really didn't do anything to upgrade.
Bring in Gabriel or
they bought Gabe Davis in.
Davis, that's it.
But again, Gabe Davis is one of those guys. He's such a feast or famine type player.
He really is. If you go look at his stats, like one game, 5 for 170
and 2 touchdowns. And the next game he'll get 3 catches for 35 yards. Right. That's Gabe Davis.
He is feast or famine.
That's Gabe Davis football. He's a feast or famine guy. So we'll see what happens there. Jacksonville, I just don't have a lot. The biggest thing with Jacksonville is defensively their pass rush is very suspect. They really don't get home to the quarterback very often. And so, again, and their offensive line play is kind of suspect. That's why Trevor Lawrence is always running for his life. Thankfully, he's a mobile quarterback. Got to keep him healthy. He's a tough kid that goes out there.
Oh, yeah, he's
just
tough.
Got paid like many of these other quarterbacks out there. So let's see what happens. But, that's what I got.
5-12.
Yes, 5-12. Yes, 5-12.
Does that get Peterson fired?
It could very, very easily so. It could depend on where the Khan family feels at this point.
That would be 3 seasons in a row.
Well, they went to the playoffs the year before and won that one. Last year was
but it was the epic comeback or the epic fail.
Yeah, and last year was the epic fail because at one point they were leading for first place for the whole her whole conference. And then they just collapsed at the end. But again, that was also a byproduct of Trevor Lawrence getting hurt. So let's see what happens. 5-12 is just what I have projected at when I went through record, for the whole record. So
you said it earlier. You had the Jags and Titans tied. So
5-12 for the Titans too.
5-12. Wow.
But here's the thing with the Titans though. So the Titans are actually going to probably play some surprisingly good football, I think, and they might actually be a against the spread coverer. If I were to say somebody the record might be poor, but I think they'll be a great against because they brought a lot of weapons. A lot of pieces in this.
They'll be giving up 5 points
exactly. So I think if they might be so you heard it here first. Against the spread bet, the Titans might be a great cover this year for a lot of your against the spread bets because they're gonna be projected to get blown out in a lot of games. But honestly, let's see what happens with Will Levis. Let's see how he develops, how he transfers as a quarterback. DeAndre Hopkins got hurt, so I don't like that. So he's going to miss.
Can Spears actually step in and be the full-time guy?
But they got Tony Pollard. And Tony Pollard's a year removed, and that's his home, and that's where he's from. He's from Tennessee. He played at Memphis. He's from Tennessee. He's back home as a pro, being able to play there. Okay. He's a year removed from that injury.
And he just got paid, too.
Because if you actually look from week 10 of last year, past and on, which gave him a little bit more time to heal with the Cowboys last year, he actually had a great running average, like as far as yards per scrimmage average from week 10 on. It was just that early part of the season. He was responsible for the heavy workload. So Tony Pollard's going to be there as a big playmaker. You also brought in, you got Jamal Adams in. They brought in, and they also brought in who's that? Quandre Diggs. They brought in Quandre Diggs. They brought in Quandre Diggs as well to reunite him and Jamal Adams together. So now you got a safety unit there, and they also brought in L'Jarius Sneed. So the secondary is going to be tough. It's going to be how's their front seven going to look, and how's their front seven going to
get to the quarterback?
Yeah, how's their front seven going to stop the run? How's their front seven going to hold up? But I mean, the Titans are going to do a lot of surprising things. I think again, like I said, against the spread. But overall, it's a record-wise. It's going to take a little bit for them to get that culture into place.
What was their over/under? 7.5.
The over/under was the over/under win total was at 6.5.
6.5.
6.5. So yeah, the over/under. So they were projected at 950 to win the division. The over/under was at 6.5. They were at plus 104 to hit the over. Under was at minus 128. So it's kind of a toss-up either way. Yeah, toss-up either way because, I mean, you're right there kind of middle and ground. But again, for me, I would take the under 5-12 just because that's kind of where I'm looking at right now. You're looking. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm looking at right now. So that's our NFC North and AFC South. We gave you a twofer this week, baby.
A twofer, yeah. We had technical glitches last week.
Yeah, technical glitches. But you know what? So wrap up the Olympic talk. We'll kind of wrap up on that there. As far as what we got there, you got any notes there? I know we are leading. Go USA.
Yes, we are. That's what I was going to bring up because this is the first time I can remember in my life that the U.S. has won the overall medal count many a times.
Oh, yeah.
But they're actually leading in the gold medal count right now over China. By 29-28. We have 101 medals as of, a half an hour ago. It could have changed. But, yeah, they have really shown out.
The track and field is always where we kind of excel, but they actually it was an amazing 1500 meter. Amazing open 1500. I mean, that was the kid's name? Was it Cole Hacker?
You're not talking about the Lions one?
No, the kid from the 1500.
No,
the guy who won the fit. So we actually got the gold and bronze, and I think that was the first time the U.S. has had a 2-medal placing in the 1500 meters.
Okay.
Yeah, basically it's the mile essentially. Let's talk to everybody here, not out of metric terms. We're over in the US.
Yeah,
so
you're saying 1500.
Yeah, 1500. Yeah, that's basically the mile.
It's
100
a long
meters.
way.
Yeah, it's basically the mile minus 100 meters. But that's the first time I think the US had 2 medal placings in that race in 100 years or something like that.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. Because the guy got a gold and the other kid took bronze. And I mean, it was a great performance. I mean, they were dead to rights. Won the open 400 last night or 2 nights ago. Same thing. The guy was dead to rights. He looked like, and I ran that race, and I looked up when I was watching him come down that last straightaway. I was like, oh, he's done. Somehow he fought that grit, man. He kicked it in and ended up winning the gold, man. So shout out to him. The U.S. is going there doing their thing. It's been exciting. We got the USA men's basketball is going to go ahead. I think they played Serbia this afternoon. I didn't see what the final score was on that one.
95-92.
95. They won 95-92. Ooh, it was a tight one.
Being close.
Yeah. Well, Jokic finally said, "Yeah, give me the ball, man. I know how to play against these dudes. You guys don't know what you're doing over here." Because the first game they played him, Jokic was he was trying to get the coach. He's like, stop pressing. We're not going to beat them pressing.
Right.
And then so he's like, but it is according to the way they were talking about through FIBA, Serbia basketball, they like to play. This is our system. This is what we do. This is that team. And Jokic,
it's that structured.
It's
very structured.
And at the end of the day, Jokic just showed the blueprint of how to beat NBA players.
Come on.
Give me the ball. So shout out to USA basketball team for winning that one here. So who do we have now? Did France win? Okay, so all right, there we go. So Director Dave says France won. So that's going to be a hell of a final there. So Wembanyama, young Wembanyama.
Is Tony Parker coming off the bench?
Oh, shit. Tony Parker is probably, he might be assistant coaching or something.
Does he have anything, though? That's a good question. Does he have anything to do with French basketball?
Probably not. Probably. I mean, if I were to say, probably not. Once Tony Parker went Hollywood once he got here, man. Married Eva Longoria, then banged his teammate's wife, Brent Barry's wife, and
multiple-time champion.
Yeah, multiple-time champion. So he went full American now.
The only thing I got left is picking or college football.
Oh, we gonna do college
teams.
football?
12 teams.
Okay. We can dive back in.
I'm not going in any particular order. These are 12 teams that I think are going to make it.
We can blast through that real quick.
Georgia, obviously, I think Georgia makes it.
Okay.
You got Georgia in there?
Yes, I got Georgia. Georgia was on there.
Okay. Ohio State.
Got them.
Obviously. Texas.
Yep, got Texas.
They're going to make it. Oregon.
Yep, got Oregon.
Okay. Florida State?
No Florida State on mine.
You don't have.
I got
Florida
Clemson.
State.
I got Clemson. Yes, I got
okay.
Clemson out of ACC.
Actually, I did go and revise it, but I do have Clemson in there.
Okay.
Penn State.
Yes, I got Penn State in mine. Yes.
The Irish.
Yep, got Notre Dame.
Kansas State.
No Kansas State for me.
Kansas State.
Nope, no Kansas State for me. So out of the Big 12, I actually have Utah as the winner of their Big 12.
Okay.
So that would put them as the 4th seed, being the winner of that major Power 4 conference.
I'm bringing it. I left Bama out.
Oh, I got Bama in mind.
I think they've got. I think the turnover. It's going to be like Osborne when he left Nebraska. I just don't think that the structure is going to stay the same.
But they got the coach from Washington though, and Kalen DeBoer. And he's a great coach.
I got Ole Miss in there instead.
Yeah, I got Ole Miss actually in there too.
Okay.
I got Ole Miss in there too. So actually, I got several SEC teams in there because of that. So because I actually got Ole Miss in there, and I actually got Mizzou making it too as well.
I've got Mizzou, and then the last one, because you got to have one if they don't finish in the however this works. You got to finish in the top 12 or not finish in the top 12. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's been the first
Liberty.
year. It's
I want Liberty coming out. Give me some Liberty or give me death.
Yeah, right. So I got obviously we did Ohio State. Did you mention Ohio State in there?
No, I had it.
Yeah. So we got mentioned Ohio State in there too as well. But my last team that was in there was actually Arizona.
Okay, Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona was actually my last team. But either way, this is going to be a fun time to watch college football this year. For the first time in our lives, we actually have a real legitimate playoff schedule.
Did Arizona move to the Big 12?
Yes, they're in
okay.
Yes,
so you've got Utah and Arizona coming out of the Big 12. I've got Kansas State.
Yes, so that's our one difference there.
Okay.
So for me, I think I said it's going to be the first time in our lives we're going to actually have a full playoff on here. No more fucking 1 versus 2 voting in, BCS, Final Four stuff. We got 12 teams lined up to play football, see what happens between the strikes.
It is going to be exciting.
Yeah.
It's going to be real exciting.
Absolutely. So
because some of these teams, if you go back and look at some of these schedules, it's like I don't think there might not be an undefeated team this year.
No, it's going to be tough. To go undefeated is going to be really, really tough. And then how long that's going to be to actually go through. If you don't get that bye, you've got to win 4 games to win the national championship. So if you get the bye, you got to still win 3 games to win the national championship. So everybody knows once you get between those lines, man, it's a totally different ball game. Different ball game.
That's fun. That's all I got, Jason.
All right, brother. Well, we getting ready to go here. We are 16 days away from college football season getting started.
We are.
About 28 days from NFL season, 29 days away from NFL season. So we're coming, baby. We're coming.
25 from the draft. Oh, it's exciting. I'm excited.
Times. Yeah, we got preseason games tonight. We got Giants and
Lions,
and then we got the Patriots and Panthers.
Yep,
Patriots and Panthers. That's gonna be the one that's on TV. So you want to tune in, watch the first quarter because that's gonna be the only people who are gonna fucking know about the game. So, welcome, man. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Add to the comments in the comments section. Shout out to True on the Track, Director Dave, keeping us up on the 1s and 2s. I'm Jason Smoking Token.
I'm Bobby Light.
See you next week. Peace.